Hey guys, welcome to the Squiddy Pod channel. So before we get along in this video, I have to address the last video that we posted. I heard a lot of people saying to me that they didn't quite understand it or it was too cryptic and they didn't know why they were watching it in the first place. The few saps that I got to watch it. The reason for that is because it was designed specifically for a meeting. People who already knew about it, so that's why there was a lot of stuff that wasn't explained. This video that we're doing right now is going to explain some of it. So now that that's out of the way, I'm all in this one. This video is about Squiddy Pod versus a standard I shouldn't say a standard tripod mount, but a standard action camera mount that is very common on the market. It's one of those 3M adhesive guys that you just stick and you screw your camera into. So we have that on a side-by-side off-road vehicle, and then we have our Squiddy Pod with the camera sitting about 6 inches above. So with that being said, let's move on to the video so that you can kind of get a better idea as to what I'm talking about. So in the video, left-hand side is Squiddy Pod, right-hand side is the normal mount. So you can see vehicle started running, you get a little very small amount of vibration with Squiddy Pod. With the normal mount, you're actually getting this oscillation, so the video looks like it's all wavy and weird and it's kind of hard to look at. That was kind of an unintended side effect. We had built stabilization into Squiddy Pod, but we didn't realize it would get to this level. So this being an inherent trait of the tripod will just make it a lot easier to deal with in post-production. So we're moving out, a little bit of jitter on both ends. We're at a standstill right now because the shop that we're at, there's a lot of semis and trucks going by, so we had to stand still until one guy sorted his stuff out and got out of the way. But we're going to move along here shortly. Now when you're watching this video, it's going to be fairly similar quality. Again, identical cameras. The white balance might be off, but that's just the camera setting. The video quality as a whole, though, getting back to that, it's going to be identical. The main thing is that oscillating buzz that you get with the adhesive mount, simply because it's essentially bonded to the vehicle, getting all the vibration from the engine, the road, and the driver doing whatever he's doing, versus ours, which is on the left. The way that it's built, it's somewhat isolated. It's still attached to the vehicle, but it's not attached in a way that transfers all that energy. So let's just take a peek here and watch it for a second. You can see both sets of footage are fairly similar. There's bumps in the road, you're gonna get some vibration, you're gonna get some jittering. That's just impossible to avoid in this certain circumstance. This footage, this filming, always gonna happen. So we're gonna cut to some footage here in a second, because this setup here was made for a side-by-side. So Squiddy Pod is about 6 to 8 inches above. It's not the most ideal setting. We're gonna cut to some footage here in about 10 seconds that will show you when you actually take the time, which isn't very long by the way, to set up the Squiddy Pod in a neat position, you can get a lot stabler footage. So as you can see, we have it in the cab of the side-by-side. That's my buddy who's working with me on this. We call him the mastermind, because essentially that's his role. He's the one that essentially made the genesis of it. But if you look at the footage, you're still getting a little itty-bitty tiny bit of vibration, but it's nowhere near as what was in the last footage. And the only difference is just how you have it set up in the side-by-side. That's it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no tape, there's no zip ties, and you can rip this thing off pretty fast, which is also gonna come up in a couple seconds here. So we took the same pass, similar road conditions, actually worse because this is hard ice with all those ridges. So let's cut to this. So that's a Squiddy Pod. And just like that, she's off. You can go use it somewhere else. You can use it as a normal tripod. You can slap it on your boat, your car, you, your dog, whatever. And set up and disassembly, or I shouldn't say disassembly, but set up and take down is about as long as you just saw there. Whereas with the normal stuff, as you can see, the mastermind playing with there again, he's kind of lamenting at how long this takes. There, he finally got it off. So that was our little sample of what the Squiddy Pod tripod system can do. If you liked what you saw here in the video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and share it with your buddies if you want to, if you thought it was that cool. But I definitely want to hear your comments down below. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook too. There'll be a link in the description. There we'll have a little bit more up-to-date information as to what's going on with this. And there will definitely be more content here on YouTube as we release more and more as to what this system is capable of. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.